Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of FoolCraft, which actually may be the last episode of FoolCraft. It's been like a week since I've played, came back to it. I kind of got a little sick of the pack itself, well, not the pack, but like having errors and crashes and just random stuff happening that I don't think should happen in the pack, and it may just be my computer, I'm not sure. Um, but between the JEI crashing like probably once every couple of days, me having to reset that, and then randomly the advancements will reset. So here's all of the medals that I've gotten from just playing the game for X number of hours. I got all the way up to this one, the Uranium Loyalty, I think is the last one I got, 235 hours. But the advancements have reset again, so I've actually got doubles extra of everything up to 20 hours and then an extra 40 hour. So, I mean, that's 40 hours there, plus the other 40 that it's going through this time, plus the 235 there. So, yeah. Lots and lots of hours put into the pack, and it just keeps resetting. So, but advancements aside, if we just ignore all that, another random thing that happens is I'll get stuck in blocks randomly, porting in and out of the Nether. I don't think I mentioned that previously. Whenever I go in and out of the Nether, I'll appear halfway in blocks sometimes, and like take suffocation damage and have to like jump and log out, log in, and things like that to avoid dying. But anyway, moving forward, just for this episode, maybe I'll do a little bit of a tour around in a next episode. That's if anybody wants it. I got a little bit into the statues mod. I got a sheep and a cow statue, and I upgraded them to where they're actually the not passive, the like active statues or whatever. They generate drops that those mobs would drop. So the sheep will give you mutton and wool. The milk, the cow will actually spawn a cow randomly, I think, and it'll also give you beef and leather. But I have those outside by the other cows. But since last episode, I dug this out. I moved our little farm pen thing that was in here that had the cow. It's safely stored away. Well, I say safely, but we'll get into that in a minute. Built this hallway because I found out that the level of the base area here, where I spend a lot of time, kitchen and storage and stuff, this is Y63, and out here, where the water level is also Y63. So I just dug a hallway straight out, so it's easier for me to get in and out of that area to over here, and that is because, oh, here's the squid ring in action that I didn't get to show you guys before. I built up another ore miner outside here, just where there's a wide open space. I was playing around with the solar panels from the same mod, Environmental Tech, I believe. Yes, Environmental Tech. This is a tier 2 solar panel running just to give a little extra power because the miners were taking up a lot of my power. I had a tier, I want to say 5 set up out here, getting all this stuff, and getting ionite crystals, which I think is for tier 5 stuff. Or these make, okay, these make the tier 5s, but you also need a nether star for every single one of the structure frames. So I had a tier 4 set up getting these, and was working on the tier 5. So the nether star I mentioned before, so I had to kill some wither bosses, and I set up an area for that also. Not that over there, it's down here. Made a little, basically a pin for him to spawn in and me to kill it in safely. And the blocks it's made out of are witherproof. Let me show you guys what the blocks are. If you look at the gems that the miner picks up, these things, starting at, I want to say Erodium, maybe this one? No, the one above that, Chironite. If you look at the block of Chironite, in the details, it says witherproof, only players can break. So once you start getting chironite crystals, you can start making these basically mob-proof blocks and use those to set up an area for a wither. So that's what I did over there. I used 3 different types, chironite and the 2 above it, and made this little multicolored box thing. And I basically just build a wither in here, and it can't get out and it can't really shoot me, because if I stand right here it can't see me, and I can just poke it with a sword and move out of the way, or back up and shoot it with a bow. Do I have this stuff on me? Yes, I do. I've killed a couple. I had more than 2, but I don't know. Something happened to the third one. No, the second one. The first one I killed dropped the rib. The second one I killed, it just kind of disappeared somewhere, and then the third one dropped another one. So, like, I saw it, and then it disappeared. So, I don't know. There's the scales from the dragon that we killed, and the infinity booster card we got from the dragon. Yeah, let's just... Oh, I have the skulls in my inventory still. Huh? That I'm sure doesn't work on the wither boss. Well, we can try it. I've got a few of those too. I built this up here. This is a mob spawner and grinder way up here out of the way, so it doesn't interfere with that one over there. We're getting some decent drops out of here. I had a wither skeleton in there spawning to get these drops of evil. I only needed a couple, and I got a whole lot because I forgot to turn this thing back off again. But these mob crushers will kill the stuff in the box, basically. It's just like a classic old school mob spawner grinder system. But the mobs that die from this crusher, it's supposed to pick up all their drops and put them here, and then you can pipe them out into an inventory like this. And this is a lot of the drops, but it leaves some behind. So that's why I have this ender hopper here, to teleport the items from inside the box to here, and also place them inside. I've got a little bit of cursed earth in there, just right here in the middle, to passively spawn whatever mobs it wants to, and then that gives the essence to feed the actual spawner. I think I just maybe heard an enderman die. I've got my sounds turned way down because of the wither boss. But anyway, the cursed earth spawns will passively generate essence to feed the powered spawner that's in there, because it needs essence, and then that will spawn whatever mob I want it to if I have one captured. So I have a fire bat, some wisps because I was just testing those out, magma cube or lava slime, whatever you want to call it, and a wither skeleton that's almost dead because I was going to manually kill them at first. It's got 9 point a whole tiny little decimal of health there. And then the one that's in it right now is actually a ghast, but I can't get it to spawn. I put the spawner out in the middle of nowhere and powered it and gave it essence, and it filled up and it ran through all its paces, but it never spawned anything. So I don't know if it's just disabled in the overworld or not. I haven't tried spawning it in the nether yet, but it's in there right now and it's not spawning. So I was gonna get trying to get the ghast statue by just spawning them in there, but I don't think those drop player drops, so I may never get the statue from them that way. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten a statue out of anything else yet. So anyway, so let's go ahead and kill us a wither boss, just so I've got it on camera real quick. Basically just let him spawn in and explode, and then stand back and shoot him. And then whenever he is under half, we walk in with our sword. There's that thing I was talking about. See how the arrow looks like it goes really far off to like the side? It looks like it goes really far to the right, but it ends up going where I'm pointing. Alright, there's his ranged immunity. Now we just get in here up close and personal like. Poke him. And there's our drop. Nether star, rib, a couple of EXPs. And these, I have a ton of those. way more than I'm gonna use, but they've been filling up my FoolCraft research passively, so that's pretty good. I've only got one of those left. Anyway, so that's the Wither Boss down and taken care of. Oh yeah, I was gonna see if I could capture him. I'm just gonna assume no and not worry about it. Oh, I do want this guy though. Come here, you. I may come back to the pack if there's an update to it and they fix any bugs or whatever. But that's not really the annoying part with the JEI crashes and things. Randomly, blocks have started disappearing. Like up here. I was going to make something, and it said that I didn't have enough of the processors, which is weird because I was like, hey, I've got a 64K, or actually two 64Ks in here, and they were right here underneath these two blocks, under my crafting unit and coprocessor. Those disappeared, and all of my, what are they called? The thing that makes the little processing units, the little chips. I had 5 of those set up here. 4, like one for silicon, one for the pure Certus, gold, diamond, and the one that puts them all together. Yeah, all of these, the processors. I had those all sitting here, and the blocks just disappeared out of there. And I thought it might be a visual bug, so I logged out, logged in, totally restarted the whole game. Yeah, no, they're gone. They're just deleted. So all of my inscriber presses were in there, and they're gone. So I don't have the inscriber things anymore to even make more of those. So I'd have to go and find a whole nother set of those, plus rebuild those blocks and the 64Ks by hand, because the 64Ks that were here are just gone now. So, yeah, my AE2 system has just been falling apart. I did get the wireless set up and working, but the range that the wireless terminal works is dependent on how many of these wireless boosters you have, and they cost Fluix, Certus, and Enderdust. So really, like, I could make however many of those I wanted, but now I'd have to do it by hand because my processors are gone. Yeah, anyway, I've got a couple of extra little storage cells, the portable cell. I was going to get into the EMC crafting, but that looks like it's a way later game, but this item was really easy to make. It's just, yeah, some covalence dust, skystone blocks, and a formation core, and then diamonds, and then emeralds, which I've got a ton of now because of the miners. What else? Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys the statues. Let's go up here. Get on back up outside. So here's where the cows are. And I've got a cow and a sheep statue out here. See, that one produced a beef, and that one a wool. And they have a countdown timer. 3, 4%, 6%, 5%. So yeah, they just randomly generate items whenever their timer is up. And that's the only 2 statues I've gotten. The one downstairs of the little present box looking thing I created. That's the one that you can craft. It just kind of gives you little tips about the game, which are really not that helpful. It's like, hey, did you know we have vein miner? Yeah, actually I do. Would help if I actually hit the guy. Yeah, this mob system is working very well. It's continuously full. And here is, I'm surprised this hasn't messed up yet, but I guess these blocks didn't disappear from over there. Nothing of that type disappeared from over there. This is just a little storage, basically a large storage unit. But yeah, tons of potions. Here's all the enchanted books that I got from dungeoning and stuff. I just kind of threw them in here because they took up a lot of space elsewhere. But yeah, that's basically it, I think, from last episode to now. Other than the miners getting those gems so I could go up another tier in mining for a better miner. That's just going to be a route to get a better miner. Oh, there's the dragon egg. That's right. I forgot about that. I got to reset that again, too. I put the dragon egg up here, and then I accidentally right-clicked on it, and it popped down there. But I made the dragon egg mill, which is not too hard to make once you have the stuff for it. That was my first 2 Wither boss fight drops, and I put this together. I had the egg on it for all of like 2 seconds, and then accidentally right-clicked it. So I'll have to get a piston and knock that back off of there again. Let's go look at the, for those of you that are curious, and I'm also curious because I haven't looked at it yet, let's go look at my FoolCraft research. Total things. Yep, there's another one. And 2 more. Let's go look at that stuff because I haven't looked at it in a while, and I want to see what it looks like these days after being ignored for quite some time. Where did I put the book? Right here? No, that's the Astral Tome. Yeah, it's another thing I never got into, Astral Sorcery. I've seen it used, and it looks really cool, but I just never got around to doing any of it. Okay, research totals. Knowledge totals, there we go. Holy cow, does that say 100? 119, 145, 154, 110, 104, 140. These go up a lot slower, but let's fill some of this stuff in just to do it. Everything in there is done that I can do. Research, enchanted item. Okay, I can't do that one right now. This one gives warp, I think. Maybe. Whatever. Curse effects. Healing. Cool. Magical healing. Projectiles. I need to get hit with a llama for that one, so can't do that one yet. Advanced focus. Have to make a thing for that. Okay, done there. Alchemy. This one never works, never fills in because they haven't finished the development on that yet, or there's an update that this pack doesn't have yet. Liquid Death I wanted to make, actually. Oh no, I got some warp. I wanted to play around with that just to see. Alchema, Mortis, and Perdido for 1 bucket of it. Throw that in a mob grinder somewhere and see. Just play around with it. Bottled Taint. Why not? That's all of that I can do. Artifice. Need some items for that. This one I did. I didn't make it, but I finished the research for it. The crossbow. These supposedly you can use to kill the taint seeds if your taint in your area is too high and it spawns one of those, like, it's called a taint seed, but it looks like a worm thing just kind of wiggling around and spawning stuff. You can use these to kill that, supposedly fairly easy, at a pretty good distance. Advanced automated crossbow. Arcane boar I didn't get to. The grappler, I've got one of those right here. Not the grappler, the rare earth. So, yeah. And done. That thing, once you get some double jumps and triple jumps and stuff, you don't really need it. Not really. That's... Oh, wait, this one? Yeah, Pattern Crafter. Never got around to doing that because it didn't sound like it was super useful. Infusion, Elemental Tools, I made all of those. Infusion Enhancements. I read through that. It didn't look like it was super useful either. And Runic Shielding. I do have an amber right here. We'll go ahead and do that. Ta-da! Why is it just now telling me... Oh, these are to add the... Yeah, okay. Runic Shields onto the ring. Okay. Yeah. Verdant Charms. These are for health regeneration, food regeneration, and Oh, that's the base item, and then these are the 2 enchantments. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so including providing breathable air. So this one is food and air, and that one is health. So I can see that being very useful. Just never got around to it. The armor enhancements for the Thaumium armor, never got around to making any of that because my Ender Steel stuff seems very good. And face plates for the helmet for different stuff. Reduce severity of warp. Anything hitting you has a chance to get withered. And steal a small portion of life force. Okay, so that's life steal. Okay. Also, I see that kind of being useful, but whatever. There's a actual, I think, sword enchantment that does that. Weapon enchantment. Golem stuff. Never got into that. Looked around through it. Never actually built anything. Yeah, not even that far into the research tree either. Yeah, okay, I guess that's it. Oh, I can do that one. And that one. Yeah, this is to make an automated little golem farm. You can tell them to harvest crops, place them in things, plant new ones, activate levers, all kinds of stuff. And then there's ones over here for combat. So you can have them fight each other, or, well, not each other, but yeah, make a little golem fight pit, you know, whatever. You can make them chase off mobs and things for you. Power system. I looked at it and kind of explained it and then reworked it a little bit, but never got around to showing you guys. So down here, this is basically the core of all my power right here. It's 21 bonsai trees, all oak, all just growing away. The logs and sticks go into this ME system right here. It's got one 64K storage cell in it that is like 10% full. It exports the sticks and logs down here into these just vanilla furnaces. Those make charcoal and import that back into the system. And then it exports the charcoal into this crafter tier 1 right here. That is making coal blocks. So instead of 9 pieces of charcoal, you basically get a block that acts like 10 pieces of charcoal. So 10% bonus efficiency, I guess. An extra 1 out of 9, or an extra 1 for every 9. And those are exported. There's a pipe or a Ender IO conduit behind these, in the middle of all these. Exports the coal blocks into these Stirling generators. And then there's also a energy conduit exporting the power from them into this capacitor bank, just so I can keep an eye on the actual in and out value here. And that's exporting into the advanced power cell that gives us all of our power everywhere else in the base, and also exports into this wireless charger that keeps all of my Ender armor and wireless stuff, or like powered items, charged while I'm here in the base, nearby it. I don't think it works like all the way at the edge of the base, but you know, when I'm messing around in here, it works. And then I set up this little coal generator from like way back a long time ago just to throw extra stuff into. I moved the deep dark portal into here just so it's out of the way, because I have no reason to go in there anymore. These power cells are just there for extra power storage. And then these crates are the enchanted items that were coming out of the mob farm and from exploring and stuff that I'm really never going to use. They're just kind of in there. Those are the ones I was going to feed into the enchantment stripper machine, the enchantment remover, whatever it was called, the disenchanter. But every time I try to make one, my game crashes, so that's not happening. All of the apples from these are going this way. I had this set up a little bit different before, but I just went ahead and put a basic drawer down with a void upgrade on it. So if there's more than 32 stacks in here, then it will start deleting them. I've got a trash can right there for all the leaf blocks because I'm not using those for anything. I guess I could make a leaf eating generator and start, like, put a block placer down and have it place leaves and then the little thing zap them for more power, but yeah, whatever. I'm doing good from all of that right there. It's completely backed up. Got an extra almost 7,000 charcoal in there. But the apples coming through here go into another crafter to make apple juice, and that's totally, completely backed up. And those are going into the 8 culinary generators that I used to use downstairs. I moved them all up here. I probably explained all this already before. The juicer, whenever it finishes crafting, I just went ahead and set up to go to export, and it goes out of here into this that's whitelisted into the single little slot mini chest and then back out again because it's set to always export. And this is all whitelisted for only the juicer to go through here. So it'll just loop around and come back into the input here. You can set this up differently if you set it to it's like external C. Yeah, result of crafting operation goes into output buffer. Remaining items like buckets will stay in the input. So that will keep the juicer here and never move it down. But I was using multiple juicers at one point, going in and out of a chest, just to make it faster so that it didn't have to wait for the next one to come back through. And I just decided to stick with it because it doesn't really need to go fast anyway. All of these are backed up with a whole stack of apple juice, and they're actually wasting it. Like, the ones at the bottom aren't even on, and the timer is ticking down on them. It takes like a full minute to burn through one. But yeah, that's totally and completely backed up and never going to get run out. And any of the extra power from these is going into this cell in case that system over there somehow fails. There's a little bit of extra just going into here. Let's see, I mentioned all of the redstone orchids. Oh, here's something I found out that was kind of neat. I got this harvest goddess band. Well, I didn't get it, I made it. It's 4 saplings, 2 flowers, 2 dark matter, and an iron band, which is a ring of iron and a lava bucket, or a vulcanite amulet, if you made one of those, which is 3 dark matter and 6 lava buckets. So, once you make that, if you have it in your hand, it speeds up the growth rate of plants around you, and it actually works on these bonsai trees. You can see them like jumping through percentages randomly. Yeah. So it works on them. And I hear you can bone meal them too. I didn't try it, but like I don't need them to go faster, but if you guys have some bonsai trees you want to get like going super fast, the Harvest Goddess band works on these. You just have to have it in your hand. Let me try offhand. Does offhand work? Hey, look, offhand works too. I wonder if you have 2 of them, if it works twice as well. Huh. It also works on the red orchids. They tend to lag out a little bit. Like they don't update correctly visually. Sometimes, like this one right here looks like it's not grown at all, but if I like click on it, no. Huh. Yeah, I had a problem with them before. If you harvest from them all kind of at once, some of them will look like they're still the little base size, but they're not. If you harvest the one next to it, it updates, and it's like, oh, I'm full. But yeah, infinite redstone, basically. Anyway, anything else I wanted to talk about? I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. So, if you guys want to see me just like continue with the mod pack, try to put this stuff back together. I mean, I can do it. It's not like the end of the world hassle or anything, but it's just annoying. Like, how often is this gonna happen? Am I gonna have to replace these 64K crafting things every like hour of gameplay or anything? I mean, like 200 and some odd hours, and it happened once, so I don't know. I don't know what caused it. I don't know if there's a way to fix it or prevent it from happening again, other than just keep making them. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to do too much at once, and the pack is like, hey, we have to get rid of some of the items here. I don't know what the... Thank you. Oh, that's an Enderman. Here, teleport. Yeah, this is still running, I think. That's all random junk from mob drops and things when I'm walking around out here. Stacks on stacks of rubber. If anybody wanted an update on this thing. Hasn't run out of wood yet, but it's getting there. Oh yeah, my item magnet is pulling stuff to me. Get rid of those. Anyway, so yeah, I think that is all the updates. Never got the achievement for killing the dragon either, come to think of it. Never got the advancement for the dragon. Let me see if I can get that creeper. Arrow's going way off to the side. Stop it. A little higher. Stop it. Nah, he despawned. Anyway, yeah, never got the achievement for the dragon kill. Haven't gone back to respawn it again. I did go through the warp thing and got some chorus fruit. And looked around out there for a ship. I never found a ship to get the dragon head from. But I took a good look around out there. My squid ring doesn't work there, and I don't want to really go messing around out there until I get the angel ring to fly with. Assuming that my power system will work in the end to keep me flying and not just fall and die. So yeah, that'd be terrible. Yeah. Pretty much that's it. So I may pick up another pack and try playing that. If you guys have any suggestions, drop them in the comments below the video. I've just kind of rambled for a half hour this episode. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for a new mod pack that you want me to see, I'm going to kind of hang this one up for a little while. If there's updates to it, I'll probably, you know, grab those and pick it back up and whatever. But I'm really just kind of killing time until Sky Factory 4 comes out. I've watched Dark Osto do some of the modding for that, working on mechanism recipes and things like that on stream on Twitch. And Bacon Donut plays it. There's a couple of packs that I'm watching some people play, including Exoria and Sevtech Ages, but that one I'm probably not going to get into. It's a little up there on the grindy, do everything exactly the right way scale. I kind of like having more flexibility. Like, here's access to all your machines, go find resources, put them together, and do automated cool stuff. So that's like super late age 4, age 5 stuff for Sevtech. And by then you're basically done with everything. Is there a guy like right here? Or is he stuck in the wall somewhere? Oh no, they're up here. Anyway, more rambling. Yeah, that's going to do it for the episode. Leave comments below. Let me know what you think. And until the next video, not sure what it's going to be yet, but until then, I will see you guys then. Take care. Have a good day.